High-lying Kesh, in all heaven and earth, you are the form-shaping place, spreading fear like a great poisonous snake. Hymn 7, the Kesh Temple of Ning Hersag, and Hedwana, 2300 BCE. Well then, hello everyone, Chelle here, and I'm about to play Heaven's Vault. Inkle Studios, I believe they're a British gaming studio. They're most noted for narrative adventures like Sorcery and 80 Days. They were kind enough to give Wander a key to Heaven's Vault a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, the weekend that he wanted to play it, he was just feeling out of it. I believe his voice was tired and he was ill. So he had me play for him instead. So this series will be a solo Let's Play series with myself adventuring through these new worlds. The premise of the game, from what I've gathered from the gameplay trailers, is that you're adventuring around the ruins of perhaps a Middle Eastern or desert civilization, and that you come across a number of hieroglyphs. And these hieroglyphs you have to interpret to decipher their meaning, and perhaps these translations that you're forming may influence the outcome of the story. So this is all very interesting, and it looks like there's a lot of hand-drawn animation, a lot of interesting places to explore and characters to meet and interact with. So this is definitely my kind of game. I love puzzles and adventures where you're not necessarily involved in combat, but when you're just exploring an environment and uncovering lore from ancient civilizations. So I suppose with that, let's get to playing Heaven's Vault.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present.
Is that a woman with a robot? Is this futuristic then?
But there has to be a spark. Something that brings the past to light.
Please climb carefully. I wonder... Oh. How about... It's not much further. I didn't know that there were choices, huh? Interesting. One last corner. We're almost... at the top. Take a moment to rest before your walk, mistress, please. Oh, so is there a stamina gauge then? And I can pan around a little bit. There are numerous statues that seem to depict Cyclopean beings. Or maybe it's Cyclopean. Cyclopean? Like the Cyclops is. A singular eye in their forehead. And no nose to speak of. Well then, what manner of... Oh, that's interesting. There's an after image. And... when she walks, her legs fade. Interesting. So who is this AI? It seems to have a holographic head. Well. A bricked up opening. Clearly someone sealed it off at one point. Perhaps to safeguard what lies within. A bricked up opening. There is something in here. To keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? There's something written here. Ancient script. This must have been cut when the mortar was still wet, but I think I can read it. How would I interpret these? It's like there's a... Oh, I suppose that's in the title. Does that mean Heaven's Vault? Maybe Heaven's Vault is this mountaintop sanctuary. It is a vault in the sky, if it's at the top of this mountain. Oh, the University of Law, Iox, some weeks earlier.
My story begins on Iox. That was where I met the robot.
Mistress Aliya Elasra. That's what he's saying. I have been waiting for you. I have been asked to escort you to Professor Miyari. She's very anxious for your arrival. There's the am I in trouble? Who are you? I don't need an escort. And who are you? I am a robot, mistress. As is apparent. This way. Do you have a name, robot? Is that intended to be a joke, mistress? No. Robots do not have names. We are, as I understand it, interchangeable. Did she say what she wanted? Yes. She said she wanted you. So why has she sent you? Did you do something wrong? That seems unlikely. My ethical core protects me from serious error. This way. You should know that Professor's urgency was remarkable. Huh. Interesting. So I can go downstairs, or I can look at her. Would this her be the professor? And it looks like I have the option to reply. Maybe we should keep her waiting. Don't want her making a habit of impatience. I cannot recommend that course, mistress.
I was 15 when my Ari rescued me from the slums of Elbereth and brought me here. I'd never seen such luxury or such kindness.
Huh. Miyari takes me to Iox. My lifetime. I can view my lifetime. So perhaps this is going to be a journey of the self as well. What do you think of the sculpture? Oh, I can ask questions to the robot. Of the robot, that is. Why is Miyari's room so far from everything? I imagine she enjoys her view of the tree, mistress. I'm sure it is most pleasing to her. Wait, did he disregard that and refer to the tree? The tree is beautiful. Look at her. She looks like a tiger in a cage. A most curious analogy, mistress. You understand, I'll be required to report it. Reply? Why not? Required to? Of course. Professor Miyari is my primary user, mistress. Nevertheless, I will try to sugarcoat your opinion. Look at the worried expression on his face. Shall we proceed? What is your ethical core anyway? What good is it? It is what stops me from pushing humans off cliffs, mistress. Is that something you want to do? I think that's a funny question. It was simply an example, mistress. Were it to be convenient for me to do so, my core would prevent me. I see. I suppose did they upload the 3 laws? Miyari's office. Professor Miyari. Aliya, there you are. Come in. I came as soon as I got your message. Granted, I tarried along the way. I came as soon as I got your message. You don't need to flatter me, Aliya. Nonetheless, I'm glad you came. I know your work is important to you. I'll do what I can to help you, Professor. Thank you, Aliya. I appreciate your kindness. You're an expert on history. Tell me what you make of this. It's a brooch? Yes, Aliya. But I didn't summon you halfway across the Nebula to tell me that. It's certainly old. Wait, the Nebula? Is this truly a sci-fi then? I mean, the robot. Yeah, Empire period. The device is the eagle in the sun. One of the scholars sent the brooch to me. Oh, was that Kanibi Reba? Did you know him? Did? Question mark? Look at the detail. I see them. Ancient markings. I know they're a hobby of yours, Aliya, but can you read them? The eagle wing bridge. I've never seen either of these groupings before, but the 2 words have some common elements, so they must have related meanings. Well? Now, it looks like it's people that are traveling together, so I would say friend. Friend? Or is it one word goes into the other? So should it be holy friend? Friend, beloved or emperor? Well, so it's that small symbol followed by a person followed by this. So this looks like love between people. So beloved friend, I would say. Okay. Because if this is your friend, and then that's perhaps you and your friend bonded by this relationship, that's why I think it would be a beloved friend. Friend beloved? But I'm only guessing. Professor, this friend of yours, if he's in love with you, I'm not sure how I can help. My friend, Aliya, has disappeared. He told me he was going to a moon called Mercy. I can't go hunting the Nebula for missing people, Aliya. You can... Wait. That's what you do, isn't it? These things. I'm wondering, can I get the text to go a little bit slower? Because unfortunately, it's going really, really fast. And I can't read everything. Because she said something about going across the Nebula. And then, yeah. Doesn't look like I can have it slower. I can sail to Mercy. Have you tried contacting him? You've tried contacting him? I can't. Wherever he is, he's on his own. Not everyone is required to travel with a robot. I can sail to Mercy for you. Come back when you found him, Aliya. And Aliya, You're taking that robot with you. Thank you, Professor. I long to see the Nebula. Miari seems to trust me. Oh, and before you go, you should look in on Huang. He was eager to see you. That doesn't sound promising. I wonder if they have a relationship. Oh, don't be mean, Aliya. I know he's rather beneath you, but you could at least say in good faith to him, for the benefit of our little community. I'll go and find him. He's down there by the tree. You must have walked straight past him on your way in. Good hunting, my dear. Huh, interesting. So, I suppose I was right then about the brooch. If it was in fact a gift, it would have been a good gift for one person to their beloved. Oh, it's so weird. Should we go down, mistress? I wanted to talk with you, but I suppose I missed my opportunity to question him? Now, tab, there was a map. Ooh, Professor Miawi wants to sail to Mercy. I don't suppose I have much of a choice. Timeline of the Nebula. So, are these travel lanes in space? And it goes back 4,000 years. The crown of Iox was forged 500 years ago. The Fallers established power on Iox. And Miari seems to trust me. Now, the present. How long does this go back? It seems to have a tug point of about 6,000 years. So perhaps we'll have to find things back then. Now there's Elbereth. Elbereth is my home. It's where I moor up when I want to sleep well, but not today. Oh, Elbereth. Is this our own timeline? We can go hundreds of years back in the history of Elbereth. And it doesn't seem to end, unless it stops at around 600, like the previous one. No. How about now? Whoa. Miari gave me a brooch and seems to trust me. Wait, came back to Iox only 20 minutes ago? The modern age. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not gonna... Whoa, what are all these times? So, ancient time is 4,000 years. Let's see. The ancient empire, a little over 1,000 years ago. The Holy Empire was in the last 1,000 years. Then there was the Dark Age, when the Fallers established their power. And the modern age began not long ago. Only about 200 years? Whoa, this is quite the timeline. I did not anticipate this. And I'm glad that it's a fictional universe. It'll be interesting to learn more about it. There aren't really the confines of having to adhere to Earth terminology. Modern age. The modern age began with the founding of the Protectorate, a collaboration of moons under Iox's guardianship. And it's only so old. So... Oh. So she's 30-some years old. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Okay. So she's 33? I don't know the true date. The Grey Ladies gave me a day, different from the other children in the orphanage. That way so that they could each have their own individual birthday. But they don't recall the day, so she was an orphan. Meeting Oroy. Oroy and I became friends, sneaking around the halls. She stole screwdrivers, and I stole books. Oh, I wonder if her friend then is like a mechanic. Because if Aliya decided to read and look into books and histories, and her friend made off with screwdrivers, then maybe she did become handy with it. That was when they were only a couple years old. The Grey Ladies raised me and found me work from the moment I could walk. And then I met Timur at about 20. I would later work for Timur in his bar, washing up and fetching supplies. Oh. Oh, but this goes back in time. Miari visits the orphanage in Elbereth. What brought me wait. Okay. Maybe she isn't 30-some years old then. Let me see here. No, 10 years? No, she's definitely 30-some years. It's just it's odd reading time in this manner and then having to think, wait a minute, that's only a couple years ago, I suppose. Miari visits the orphanage in Elbereth. What brought her there I'd never understood. My first kiss? With whom? We never thought that we would leave the orphanage. Adulthood seemed impossibly far away. But with whom? I want to know. Oh wow, you can even scroll into the day? Can you scroll to the hour? Yes, what about the minutes? Ah! At about the very second. At exactly 49 seconds. Into what? A little bit past the 6 minutes of the 6th hour of the 58th day of her, of like, yeah, 18 years back. What? This is insane. Okay. Miari takes me to Iox. It was on Iox that my tuition began in earnest. Oh yeah, Arroy sets up her workshop. Wait, yeah, that was the Timur, okay. We talked about doing it together, but in the end, Arroy had to do it alone. So Arroy, yeah, maybe she did become an inventor or mechanic. Okay. Arroy's daughter is born. Or, actually, Miari takes over Iox. Miari took over the leadership of the university after her predecessor died. Roy's daughter is born. She named her after me. Aww. I joined the university. I began to study formally in the same group as Huang. 12 years ago. I met Tapi. Roy introduced me to him. He helped her to get her started after I left Elbereth, providing her with tools and simple projects. Finding the Nightingale. The ship was resting, half repaired, in an abandoned hull in Elbereth. The longest time I didn't tell Miari I had her. Ooh, the Nightingale is her personal ship then? 9 years. Roy's son is born. He works for Timur, I think. Lots of Elberethians do. Wait, so there was cleaning up at... Was it a bar or something? What is Timur's business? What kind of odd jobs did she do? Okay. Roy helped to launch the Nightingale. I would never have got it up to the rivers without Roy's advice, but she didn't want to come with me, of course. The rivers. So the rivers must be the... What would you... I suppose you would refer to in other forms of science fiction as hyperspace lanes, perhaps? Or just weaving around the nebula. Interesting. I get my third robot, but there were definitely problems with this one. Says. Maybe she dislikes robots and that's why she's tentative about working with this particular one. 3 breaks down. Every robot I've owned has gone wrong or has been lost. But 3 was worse than most. So she really just gives them just 1, 2, or 3 as a name. A Roy buys 3. I never told Miari what happened to 3. Oh. And nothing eventful has really happened in the last 4 years, I suppose. Until now. He always seems to trust me, although I don't know why exactly. And inscriptions. The only inscription we have thus far is the brooch. An Empire period brooch in the shape of the eagle and sun. The thing is, if it was the eagle and the sun, would it be a beloved friend or would it be the holy emperor? That looks like friendship to me, if it's supposed to be hieroglyphs. Friend? Beloved? Perhaps? Or holy. So you can change these. Interesting. Okay. I can ask him a question. Would you recognize Renba if you saw him? Did you meet him? I believe he activated me, mistress, after I was uncovered. I suspect that is why Professor Miari assigned me to you. Oh, specifically so that he'd be able to identify him. And can I just say, Mistress Aliya, it is wonderful to be accompanying you. Oh, yes? And why is that? I find humans fascinating, and you are very different to most here. I've only recently been activated. I'm calling you 6. 6, mistress. I shall remember that. You know, I don't think I got the translation on the brooch quite right. The shape indicates it's an empire piece, so I'd expect the inscription to reflect that. Really? Let's consider this again. No. So is it gonna be the Holy Emperor? I suppose it was the Holy Time Period. Holy Emperor 5. Let's continue. Holy Emperor then. I think that's at least closer to it. Aliya, tell me, are you still wasting your time on your curious notions of history? History isn't mine. Yeah, that's a good one. History isn't mine. It belongs to everybody. Most of us are decent people, Aliya, and do not want it. You should devote yourself to real science, metallics maybe. Loop philosophy. History is science. It's the exploration of the past, through evidence and theory. Honestly, says, most people think you will not be content until you have unearthed your own skill. Good faith to you, Aliya. May the waters light your way. Well, grump. What do you think, 6? He's a grump, isn't he? I've had to contend with quite a number of people like him. Illustration? Art? Gaming? Those aren't real jobs. Go get some real occupations under your belt. So here she is. Oh! Oh, he spotted us. This game awkwardly... Did you notice how the... Whoa! I didn't know you were back on Iox. How are you, Huang? Well enough, well enough. I've been reading all day. What were you reading? The Annals again. Did you know? Mazwai claims the Holy Empire was founded by 3 wolves racing each other, and one tore the throat of the other as the 3 fell to earth. Are you really interested? Absolutely. Unless she's being sarcastic about that. All right, most people glaze over.
He began to talk with such passion that his eyes glittered, and he seemed to grow at least an inch taller.
Aw. Aliya? Yes? Aw. You weren't listening, never mind. I'll talk to you at the dock. Have you ever heard of a place called Mercy? No, but I've barely ever been off Iox. Tell me, what do you make of this brooch? That's a nice piece. I've not seen anything quite like it. There's something written on the back. In ancient script? Let's see. The first word is one I've seen before. It's a descriptive form of the word for God. Mayari should have asked you to translate it. Oh, well, Aliya. We work best working together, I think. Holy. So that is the word for holy, then. Huh. The symbology is classic Holy Empire, of course. The eagle and the sun. Older, more ancient versions have more naturalistic birds. Oh! And it seems heavy to me. Heavy breeches hold up heavy cloth. Light breeches hold up light cloth, so it must have belonged to someone important. Well, Aliya, before you go, I found a line of ancient in the Annals of Mazwai that I thought you might like. If you have the time, that is. Always. Here, see what you think. Empress? This is a long one. Let me think. The second word doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. Is it buried or banished? That looks like someone got kicked and thrown off into the ether. I'm going to say banished. I don't recognize this last word either. Now, that's a peculiar thing. It's like a jellyfish with legs and the person. Did she banish the rebels or banish the robots or the machine? The robots and the machines would probably tangentially related at the very least. So that's, I'll say machines, but because they look like humans. Perhaps machines. Maybe she didn't like technology. I don't know. This sounds like an interesting story. I still like machines. Continue. Does Empress banished machines make sense? It's quite a monster, isn't it? Something about the Empress. Mazwai is always writing about emperors. I think she was a Republican. Well, the annals don't read themselves. Good faith to you. Shall we proceed to your ship now? Have you sailed before, 6? Oh, this is interesting. You can actually rotate her and it all looks very 2D. Have you sailed before, 6? I have no idea, mistress. But I am keen to find out. And so we left the hollowed halls of the university. Okay. Wang showed me a passage from the Annals of Mazwai. Yeah, the ancient word for divine is there. Interesting. So, who knows? Let's continue then. I could only assume that their technology would have to have been advanced prior. Oh, aboard the Nightingale. My ship is my refuge. It's the only place that's truly mine. The journey to Mercy should be quick, mistress. Do you think Miari's friend is in trouble? As I say, mistress, we should know shortly if we depart. What do you know about Mercy? Nothing. It is a moon of pigs and rice, mistress. Part of the Iox Protectorate, of course. Wait, so it's a farming moon? Maybe Mercy will have a few ruins of its own. That seems unlikely. But it is not wealthy. Nonetheless, I will prepare the ropes. Alright. Mercy is a tiny rural moon. That is where Janqui professed blah, blah, blah. But why was he visiting there? I could go there next. Ah, the dialogue goes by so swiftly. But that's where Renba disappeared. Well then, let's plot a course. Do I have to drag it? Sail! Yoxian space, sailing to Mercy in the verdant pass. If it's verdant, I wonder if it truly is green. Whoa! Never mind. This is what people sail through? This does not look like a nebula. I mean, I suppose the clouds could resemble a nebula, but are these asteroids then? Oh, sail left, sail right. Oh, I'm actually controlling it. Sweep the sails.
Mayari wanted us to sail to Mayurzi. It was a short sail through fast waters.
Whoa. Oh, I need to go against the current. Ah! See, the force of the river is fastest in the middle, mistress. On the surface it appears the same, but there are deeper currents below. Ah! So there are these peculiar airships in space? Is this space? Suppose I'll go under here. Seems to be pointing me in the right direction. Whoa! The river to the right should bring us to Mercy, mistress. The verdant pass. Oh, it is very green. This is your ship, mistress? Sure, I can reply. What do you think? She is very beautiful, mistress. But I cannot help wondering how you came by her. That's Mercy. You can see greenery from here. Bring us to land, 6.